I'm just going to do this Marco Polo style because I have zero time. I have to catch the train. I'm just going to go for it. Okay. Wow, 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 wow. I just came out of the final masterclass. Apparently, they saved the best for last. I am feeling so inspired by the clinician who came to teach the final masterclass. Her name is Areta Zhulla. She is the first violinist of the Juilliard String Quartet. I loved everything about Miss Zhulla. She just had the most incredible presence, very friendly, very engaging, and she delved straight into the heart of the matter, which is coaching the students on playing with emotion. I've been sort of pontificating on the question of the difference between feeling emotion when we perform versus just merely displaying emotion when we perform. So I think there's a significant difference to be considered here. Remember back to when Perlman said that promising students actually feel the music, and you can tell that they feel the music. So I think as violinists, the challenge is to convey what we genuinely feel. That makes it so that the performance is a genuine representation of us, and we're sharing a message that is very personal. And the broader question is how to coach someone else to succeed at conveying themselves in the music. So successfully conveying basically our soul to the audience through the emotions that we feel, through the technique, through the performance is a very different thing than merely choreographing facial expressions or body movements. And I think that we have to be careful, maybe in younger students or students that aren't feeling the music as quite as naturally. It's tempting to just merely try to choreograph a facial expression or a body motion and have the student try to mimic that. So this is what struck me about Miss Zhulla's teaching style in the masterclass today. Everything she put forward was a tool or an idea of how to genuinely convey an honest feeling through your performance. So I want to just tell you a couple of things. Actually, she quoted Mr. Weilerstein, and I have to insert here that I was pronouncing his name incorrectly in my blog from day 3. She quoted Mr. Weilerstein, and she said that he said something in a masterclass like this, and it always stayed with her. He said, "Can you touch the instrument as if you would touch someone with that emotion?" That was very interesting to me. And then she also said, in terms of bow distribution, if I use the bow quote unquote correctly, or if I plan my bow distribution, I think is what she meant, I will not lose the areta, which is her first name, in the tone. So through the correct usage of the bow, the correct planning of the bow distribution, that's how we preserve the personal element and conveying our personal soul. She said to be very specific with the emotional language that we use to describe how we want, what we want to convey, and to develop your vocabulary in that way. So not necessarily just to play happy or sad, but other just very more specific emotions that can hone in on very precise feelings that we can then use to tell the harmonic story. She also talked a lot about carving the sound. I liked that, how, and the way she presented this, she was just very fluid with her body movements and showing the music, and almost she had a kind of a dance-like presentation to when she was, coaching the students. She kept telling the students to carve the sound, and I think that was really beautiful imagery. She coached the students to send the sound to the last person in the back of the hall. And I've heard that before, but I just really like the way that she presented it. I also wrote down a few very clever things that she said that actually did make me laugh. And with regard to sending the sound out, she said it's sort of like an Oprah moment. It's a sound for you and a sound for you. She also said something really clever, which is that you know, the student was playing a counter melody. The piano had the melody, the student was playing the counter melody, and she just sort of dropped a little side comment about the counter melody being the best supporting actress. I thought that was really clever. So I was really inspired by Areta Zhulla today. I am going to go and just listen to everything I can that is available. She just shared so much really valuable information, and I learned a lot. So I'm glad I stuck around to the end. Now I'm going to go get on my train.